I'm gonna take this time to speak from the heart. I'm just gonna lay it down how I feel. This is for you. Saying goodbye to Britta was the hardest thing to do. But when someone's a bitch and a liar, there ain't nothing left to woo. I'm getting rid of Britta, she's gotta go. I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a no good bee. I'm getting rid of Britta, I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a GDB. Take it, Pierce. What? Hell yes. I didn't know when I saw her blonde hair that she could ever be that way. So tiny and small, she seemed to have it all, but she made me say, bitch, hey, that ain't cool. I'm getting rid of Britta, I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a no good bee. I'm getting rid of Britta, she's gotta go. I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a GDB. Come on, one more time for me, Pierce. Ha! Say it ain't so. It isn't like I would ever hit her, but I would sell her to the highest bidder. She bummed me out, she bruised my soul. She lied to my heart, she left me less than whole. I'm getting rid of Britta, I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a no good bee. I'm getting rid of Britta, it's not healthy, man. I'm getting rid of the bee, she's a GDB. Come on, Pierce. Britta's a bee, not a C. Britta's a bee. I'm just speaking the truth here. Britta's a bee.
They counteract you, or there's nothing they could have done because the whole narrative was about you're not important, and counter that with Star Wars, which narrative is also you're not important, but they somehow fucked that up. So.
Why can't Rey and Kylo just have like a good bond? Why does it have to have a name? Why does it have to be a Force dyad? Can't they just be hot for each other? Can't they just be buddies?
Can't they just have complicated relations? I don't even like the fact that they were hot for each other. When they kissed, spoilers, when they kissed, it lost every single person in the theater. I remember going on Christmas.
Not me.
Right? Because
not me.
No?
I wanted that hot, angry sex, but...
no, it pissed me off so much. Because I was like, what fucking world would these two people who have been trying to kill each other, who've then reconciled, like that should have been such... They also...
That's part of why it's so hot, is because they just tried to kill each other. That's why it's so hot.
Incestuous and disgusting. They followed it up with her... No,
all right, now Jace,
like, I'm a Skywalker. And I'm like, you're siblings and you're kissing? This is disgusting.
Jace, I am on your side until I saw the movie Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, in which, while not even being in the same room with each other, Rey and Kylo were about to, like, force choke each other in a hot way and, like, fucking strip down over their Force Skype. Yeah. I did not think they had it until that movie proved that they want to bone so hard.
Rey was like, can you put a shirt on? Kylo was like, no.
And they have this climactic duel where they're side by side as the big red room rains down fire all around them, and they come to blows at the end of it, and I'm like, these two are going to tear each other's assholes open.
These two are destined to anger fuck. It's
the only way.
I can justify it a little bit as like original trilogy, like Luke and Leia not knowing they're siblings and like kissing.
They're not siblings.
What's Rey's last name? What's the whole title of the 9th movie?
She is Skywalker. Though.
I know.
Yeah, she changed her name.
She decided to be a Skywalker. So either
she decided to be a
somehow married a dead guy that she was.
She decided to be a Skywalker, but they're not related by blood. That didn't change her DNA.
Like
that's like two people. That's like two people named Smith getting married, and you being like, they must be related.
No, it's still gross.
I mean. Like it. Jace, the only answer I have for you is that the ending of Rise of Skywalker is so fucking bone-dead stupid that, it doesn't make any sense. Why would she name herself Skywalker?
Why would... for this whole thing.
Why would, when her only motivation is to leave the desert behind and find her identity, does she end this franchise in a different desert, in the place Luke Skywalker ran away from? Why does she change her last name to Sky? Rey lives in this galaxy where everyone demands to know your last name. There are like 3 instances of that movie where someone's like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Rey." And they're like, "No. First and last name." And she's like, and that's why she changed her last name to Star Wars.
I don't know.
I'm Rey Star Wars.
Don't get it wrong. That movie didn't do it for anybody in this phone call.
Yeah.
That movie was,
I
think the other reason why it pissed me off so bad is because, like, as a queer, when fucking Star Wars is like, there's the first lesbian kiss in Star Wars in the 9th movie, and it is the tiniest little, like, cameo moment, not in the focus of the scene, and it's like a slight little peck that happens, but that's what they're pitching. And then they, for a reason that, like, seemingly just feels cheap, had the 2 people that have been antagonists that just incredibly recently joined onto the same side. Like, it just seemed like a weird kiss moment, and I came out of that being like, the only reason they had that kiss was so that they could be like, well, that wasn't the lesbians weren't the only people kissing, like, calm down, we're not that gay. Like, it just felt like retracting, like they were like, we're gay, but like not like that. And I was like, y'all, come on, you tried. Right. You really tried.
You're not wrong, and this next statement needs to be taken with the framing of what I am saying, so don't hear me first.
I'm excited.
There's a lot.
Kevin is sipping this.
There's a lot.
I'm getting ready for my spit take. Go ahead.
There's a lot of Republican energy in Disney.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, 100%.
And because of
100%.
Because of this, we haven't. They're like, there was a gay character in Avengers, which like was a big deal. It was only a big deal because of the Republican energy in Disney. Like, the directors, we know the Russo brothers from this show we're talking about now. They did not play that character up when they interviewed. They were like, you played a character, and the interviewer was like, that guy was talking about his boyfriend? And he was like, yeah, the guy was gay. And they were like, there's a gay character. That wasn't what their point was. Right. And also at the end of Star Wars, there's that lesbian kiss, and everyone's like, damn, that happened. But like, that's just filmmakers trying desperately to get their
It happened to the 47th lead of that movie. It happened to a background character, big-nosed engineer. It's so silly. I mean, like, there's a lot of Republican energy going on in the Marvel space. Not
Oh my god!
Only limited to the person that owns it.
Just straight up propaganda, but like doesn't mean I don't know.
Captain America is like the purest representation of what a Republican could be if they weren't a fuck up.
Right?
Jesus Christ!
It's what they want to be, but are so far away from.
Captain America is the epitome of Independence Day if it wasn't also kind of racist.
Yeah. Also, Marvel movies are like. And I'm impressed the degree to which this is the least sexy franchise of all time. Like, it is there are a lot of hot people in these movies. These are not hot movies. Do you understand, like, the distinction I'm drawing there?
Yeah. Like, in the comics, Black Widow fucks.
Right. Like,
in the movies, she does not.
None of these characters fuck. Even Tony, like, stops fucking.
Bucky tried to ask Captain America about his fucking, and he said, nah, I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to do it. Like, no one, like, Thor doesn't fuck? You're trying to tell me that Thor doesn't fuck? Because I beg to differ. The only ones that fuck are the Guardians of the Galaxy. Canonically, they fuck.
Not fucking?
Yeah, you're trying to tell me they don't fuck.
Oh my god, your hammer pulls you off.
Yeah, hammer pulls you off. Yeah, you try to tell me that Thor is not our bisexual hero, our bisexual sexual dynamo.
I live for the day that we get a scene of Thor in a room full of naked people. Just because that's Thor. He's Thor. Hedonistic, narcissistic fuckboy in the better way. No, he's just a fuckboy.
Yeah, he's just a fuckboy.
If you want to dissuade yourself from any idea that everyone thinks that gods are beneficent, just read through Norse mythology. Odin's terrible, Thor's terrible, Loki's terrible.
Thor is the himbo representation that we need. Thor is our favorite himbo.
That's fucking funny.
I'm unaware of what a himbo is.
Yeah, male bimbo, himbo.
Okay, I googled it.
He's a little himbo.
What a fucking mistake! I googled it.
Oh no!
I closed that tab as fast as I possibly could.
Oh, you found my porn parody of Dumbo called Himbo? Yeah, it's great. The elephant is so muscular.
Ow!
Get me off this show. This is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, podcast about community.
About a himbo who finds his way into a community college.
Well, you're not wrong.
Completely honest.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. We are the Greendale 3. I am, of course, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I am like grumpy old men, only not hilarious.
I'm Jace, I use they, them pronouns, and I am the ghost of Pierce's dead father.
I am Caleb, and for this episode, I'm Batman.
Yes!
Can I ask you something I always wanted to ask the real Batman?
Yeah.
Am I good looking?
You're a very attractive young man. I knew it.
I knew it.
Have you seen the outtakes of that?
Oh, yeah, he asked like 400 different questions. Improvised questions.
He also has a bunch of improvised, it's like Grumpy Old Man, but not hilarious. He has like 30 of those, too.
I love that he's dressed up as, like, Eddie Murphy circa the 80s. Like, that is such a...
Yes,
like a reference that
the Halloween costume choices.
Now, but, like, brilliant. Either, right? Or is he doing... Michael Jackson Thriller. No, he's got the mustache.
No, he's Eddie Murphy raw. It's the mustache. He's Eddie Murphy raw. We're 7 episodes into this TV show, and they absolutely nail everyone's Halloween costume. Annie being like her version of kind of like fun and flirty in the skeleton costume. Britta doing the least sexy costume possible with that squirrel. No one understands what Shirley is ever supposed to be. Abed is Batman. Jeff eventually finds a cowboy costume. He must always be casually handsome.
Pierce is Beastmaster.
He desperately wants to seem cool and hip, but he's fucking Beastmaster.
It's one of those, and then of course nobody gets it except Starburns.
Yeah, Starburns, of course,
Starburns
the degenerate. Absolutely.
My name is Alex. Why did you spend 5 hours carving that into your face? It's excellent. It's one of the best.
So the first episode we're going to cover here tonight is Introduction to Statistics, directed by Justin Lin, who you might know as the maestro behind the Fast and Furious franchise.
It's the second episode so far, right?
It's his first episode. Everything before this is a Russo brother joint. But he does 3 total episodes throughout the show.
Okay.
They're all in season 1 because after season 1, Justin Lin becomes one of the biggest directors in the entire world. But before that, he directs 3 episodes of Community, and this is the first. This is also the introduction of one of my favorite side characters, Professor Slater. If I might start the Jeff Winger Waifu Wars, Jeff should end up with Professor Slater. It's who he should be with. Yeah. It makes more sense than Britta or Annie. Yeah. He should be with Professor Slater.
Honestly, you're not going to get an argument out of me from that. I think that she's great. I love the moment that so they make their way to the faculty party, right? And they're all saying a bunch of bullshit as they're leaving, right? And they're like, rah this, rah that, and then fucking Troy just goes, "You're right, she's very attractive," and it's just completely unrelated to all of the. I totally butchering this moment, but it was one of those moments where, you know, it's like it's the show kind of builds up this tension, and for a moment, you as the viewer are like, "Oh shit, like what's gonna happen?" And then Troy comes in and just completely cuts the tension with a beautiful one-liner, and it's one of those moments where it's like, this is why I love this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Slater is played by actress Lauren Stamile, who apparently is on like one episode of everything you could possibly want to see an actor on. But the only other thing I've ever seen her on with my eyes was when I was flipping through the channels once and I came across the TV show Burn Notice.
Yo, I like that show. I fucked with that show.
I did like that show, yeah.
All the way to the end.
She shows up and she's like, you gotta understand, I'm a bulldog. And I'm like, this is a great show. This is an excellent piece of TV.
That whole show is like over-the-top melodrama at all times. It's the best.
It's fun, though. There's something really fun about, like... It's fun! No, I mean, for the complete inundation of cop dramas that we get, it's at least exciting that this one has some sort of spy element to it. Like,
and it was like a spy noir take, because every time they went to go do something, Michael Weston would be like, when you want to do this, and would like walk through it. So it was like this weird like how it was this weird like how things are made vibe to it.
It was a really cool device, and I mean, was it high quality? I wouldn't go that far, but it was entertaining and enjoyable.
Take it back, you.
That era of USA programming with like Royal Pains and White Collar, that's like those
USA, right?
USA characters welcome. That is an excellent slate of just like fucking watchable TV. You know what? Those are the perfect shows to you're in a hotel room. You have an hour to kill. You start an episode of Royal Pains. Maybe you finish it. Maybe you don't. Yeah, but you had a good time. A nice sunny time.
It's two things. They're not formulaic enough to make you go away. But they're formulaic enough to make you stick around to see what the formula is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I turn on TV and Blue Bloods is on, I'm like, fuck off. But if I turn on the TV and White Collar's on, I'm like, is he the bad guy or is he the good guy? I don't know. I think the epitome of those two things of it's not formulaic enough to scare you, but formulaic enough to keep you is Person of Interest, which may be one of the best TV shows ever.
To inform you, I'm not seeing a single episode.
Oh, it's very good. It's written by Jonathan Nolan, so if that's any indication, like Christopher Nolan's brother.
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, Christopher Nolan's brother. It's like one of his passion projects. So like, whew, and also I just got goosebumps. There's an episode of the last season that's probably the best episode of TV in my opinion.
Wow.
The best episode of TV.
That's a shame.
Person of Interest, which stars Ben Linus from Lost and Jesus.
Jim Caviezel
as Jesus.
And Sarah Shahi, who, if we're going to talk about Slater and smoke shows, we have to include Sarah Shahi. Sorry, go on. We can carry on. I'm not.
No, I mean, due diligence must be paid. We try not to get creepy or lewd, but sometimes you just have to fucking salute how hot someone is. You just have to. You're like, goddamn, throw up the fucking salute. You did it. You're very hot, and that's I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's right. Yeah, you won whatever fucking lottery is going on here. I just saw like a women's health photo shoot of Allison Brie, who's like 37 years old, and I'm like, you won the fucking genetic lottery. You took it home.
When I found out Paul Rudd was 50, I was like, fuck off, dude.
Oh my god, it's insane. Paul Rudd still looks exactly the same as he did in Romeo and Juliet when Leonardo DiCaprio looked like a child.
100%. Now, here's Paul Rudd's secret. And it's not like many think, a portrait of Dorian Gray up in his attic that ages when he does not. Paul Rudd has been famous since he's like 20, and he has, I'm sure, access to... Yeah, he's got the fucking, like, good skin cream money.
Leonardo DiCaprio, because that dude does not look great.
Substance abuse.
He spends his money on liquor.
Yes.
cigarettes and
that's your
model
ticket.
Girlfriends.
That's your secret, that Paul Rudd dates adult women and has never been in a horrible spiral of consumption. Leonardo DiCaprio dates high schoolers and just drinks like a fucking fish, and that's why he looks the way he does now.
Yeah.
That's healthy living and also have a lot of money. Those are the secrets.
I'm convinced that Jennifer Aniston and Paul Rudd will outlive the human race.
Absolutely, because they've been famous for a long time, and they've never been publicly inebriated. And that's the secret. So Halloween, Abed dresses up as Batman. It's very funny. It's iconic. I think this is the moment where the show fucking truly takes off. These are not the 2 best episodes we've watched so far, but you're like, wow, if this is like their filler episodes, if this is just their like cruising from big episode to big episode, fucking excellent work. This is a very good TV show.
Right. Just like I think this is one of the first times where we get a scene that is like not like kind of like a non-linear, non-realism kind of storytelling for a moment, where Pierce is tripping, and we see Annie doing the little skeleton dance and like all these other things. Like we enter the realm of that kind of that ecstasy trip that he's on. And it's exciting to see that they're just like, yeah, we'll play around, let's fucking do it.
For sure. How they, when they were filming Alison Brie's section of that, where they like stick her in front of a green screen and throw out every 60s and 70s reference they could think of, Chevy Chase walked into the room when they were doing it and got very, very mad. Just got like explosively angry at what was transpiring.
Wait, why?
Because he is old, I guess. He was offended as an old.
Oh yeah, but the whole, how could he not? That's what did it for him. Not the entire episode being about him being old, and he has to look at his own hands and go, "Whose hands are these?"
I mean, like many verbal bar-based comedians of his era, Chevy Chase has the fucking thin skin of a water balloon, and you just need to like breathe on him wrong, and he'll fucking lose his contents.
His contents. He'll spill like an overfilled bucket.
Precisely. So I guess in the trajectory of the show so far, where every episode is Jeff and another character, I suppose this is nominally the Annie episode. There's a much better Annie episode like 2 episodes from now.
No, it's the Jeff Slater episode.
Oh, yes, one of the core cast members of Community, Professor Slater, whose first name we all know.
They did a spin-off
it's Michelle.
episode. They were like, let's introduce someone new. I do see the Annie thing. It is kind of playing with, Annie. That we get that kind of close-up look at Annie and her relationship with friends and, popularity and her addressing her high school stuff. This will be the first party that anyone shows up to and doesn't leave early because they have to catch the news.
When she starts sobbing in the hallway,
like
and Jeff's like, "All right, I'll go," and she's like, "All right,
chill.
I got you down for 2 bags of ice and I'm sleeping paper cups."
I just want to be chill, laid back. Nobody does the cry like Alison Brie. Nobody, the best in the game at the cry.
We also got another, was it Leonard cameo? He's the old guy who's from the pool episode.
Yeah, Leonard.
And what happens is he's sitting down on the bench and Jeff walks out of the classroom with Slater, and what happens? She says something to him and she walks off, revealing that he's in the background sitting at a bench, and he goes, "Hoo-hoo!" And it's just like one of those like perfectly placed, timed out, like efficiency of storytelling things that this show does so well. It's like always pay attention to the background. It's always got something extra for you.
Yes, 100%.
And I want to shout out the man Justin Lin, who directed this episode. And TV directing is different than movie directing, because really in a TV episode, like, the director will make certain choices about specific placements, but mostly you're kind of sinking into a rhythm that is already there. But Lin's mark is all over this thing. There's a very kinetic episode of Community with, like, the way the scooter moves through frame, and we have all these kinetic shots. Yeah, and like there's that quote unquote thrilling sequence where he pulls Abed pulls them both out of the collapsing table fort. But it has a sense of like movement that this show has not had so far, where it's usually just like we put a camera here and we put a camera here and you two are going to talk. But this has like a nice, some tracking movements with Jeff and Slater, some interesting camera angles and reveals. It's some pretty top-notch TV work.
The whole deconstruction of Jeff trying to hit on Slater at the faculty event, and as it falls apart, that whole thing is very kinetic and like in motion, and it's super, super good. Like when Britta walks up and Michelle's like, "Oh, are you a classmate of Jeff's?" And he's like, "Well, when you say it like that, it sounds like we take naps together and eat paste."
Yeah.
And he's like, but then he ends it with like, "A lot of the students are just as mature as teachers." And then Abed walks up in a Batman costume.
Yeah.
But still talking in the Batman voice.
And then like he follows them off to kick them out, and then cut like just the way the scene is framed. Like he walks back to Slater, says, "Hey now, little doggy," and she goes, what does he say? Unseemly, and walks away. And he goes, "Damn it!" Like it's just movement. It's it's really well put together.
It's all the cross. They do these. There's a rule of comedy that too many modern comedies sort of eschew because it's just like filmed improv. But people entering and leaving the frame is funny. That process is funny, and so like having Slater sitting. Oh, absolutely. The funniest shot in movie history is that one in Hot Fuzz where the Andy like pops out and pops back in. It's exceptional shit.
It's very.
When the dude tries to give him cake, and he's like, "No thanks," and it goes back.
No thanks. It's like the cake is like pointing in his face.
At his face.
And Edgar Wright is like the only fucking person doing that. And it's so funny. And Scott Pilgrim is wall to wall, like when the greatest exit in movie history when Scott Pilgrim leaps through the window in the background. It's top notch shit.
Yes.
And so
it's so good. Have you guys seen the?
I think I kind of credit that too, though, because like he is, being British does have an impact on that, and the relationship that film has with theater in British cinema is a little bit closer, and there's something distinct about understanding that like farces, like you do not have a farce without people leaving in like the doors slamming and opening. That's baked into comedy when it comes to stage, and they translate that really well in like the UK, and that's kind of like
my number one favorite play of all time, Noises Off, is that for an entire play.
Brilliant.
It's that for an entire play.
Yeah, it's great.
This other show that was like on Broadway for a while. I think it's still on Broadway. It might be off Broadway right now. Called
Nothing's on Broadway right now.
Well, it's called The Play
Broadway
That Goes
East
Wrong.
closed.
Play That Goes Wrong, and it's very similar. It's absolutely hysterical, but it's constant people coming. It's not quite the same level as Noises Off, where the whole stage kind of rotates around and you see behind the scenes, but it's just that kind of time-tested relationship with like entering and exiting, and this is definitely a time where we get to see that. But they also use entrances and exits, even if they're not like leaving the frame, in this episode, but they use them really efficiently, even just for characters. Like there's the whole, Jeff kind of blows up at them at the faculty party, and it's just Abed like, "You're not Batman," and then Abed, for the first time in the whole episode later on, speaks in his regular voice and says, "I know I'm not Batman. You don't have to be a jerk." or something like very much like kind of one of those like really smart semantic linguistic kind of twists that it's simultaneously acts as a joke, but it is not in the slightest funny in that moment.
For sure.
You feel so badly for Abed because you're like, this poor guy is nothing but wholesome good, and just being a jerk.
He's just being a jerk. And you know what's funny? 17 times in this episode, Abed entering the frame as Batman and going like, "Yeah." It's funny every time. It's these simple pieces of comedy.
With Abed as Batman, right? This is the only
just one. To my recollection, just one.
This is the only one?
No, there's another one.
There's another one.
Oh, okay.
There's one more, is what I was trying to articulate,
Gotcha.
and failing to do so.
I know numbers.
It's great. Shall we segue into our second episode of the hour, Home Economics, directed by Anthony Russo, written by Lauren Pomerantz. Britta and Shirley find out that Jeff is sleeping in his car because he's been kicked out of his condo, so he goes to live with Abed. At the same time, Vaughn picks musical beef with everyone, and Annie helps out Troy while he's trying to set up a date. And this is another episode where all the plot lines nicely curtail together.
Really packed in, yeah.
Characters will, Britta will leave one plot line and go walk into her own, and the Troy plot line and the Vaughn Britta plot line resolve at the same time. It's these beautiful little bits of synergy. I'm very impressed.
Are you saying my people are sneaky? Sorry, I just remembered that line. Oh, look, it's the eavesdropping matador. Are you trying to say my people are sneaky?
Trying to say
what?
Ken Jeong, just fucking... Ken Jeong, especially in season 1, is so fucking funny throughout the course of this show.
His character, goes from, insane to deranged real quick.
Yeah. By the time you get to, the end of season 3, and he is a dictator, there is a change that has taken place. I like all of it, generally, but season 1, Chang, Spanish teacher,
really
is...
nice. Yeah.
My name is Chang, and I can't be killed.
Exceptional stuff.
Sorry, I backtracked.
No, you're all good. I have been working on a personal theory, and I have yet to find refutation, is that every good TV comedy includes at least one original song. One funny original song. And I am having trouble finding evidence to the contrary. Arrested Development has a bunch. Parks and Rec has all the stuff with Andy.
Little Sebastian.
Exactly. The Office sneaks a couple in there. And of course you have Craig Robinson, who has it in his contract that he must sing on whatever project you bring him in on.
The paper person's paper people.
Yeah.
No, BoJack Horseman even has it.
BoJack has a few, and BoJack will just... they're not all diegetic, but BoJack will have an episode set in 2006, and the music will be 2006, 2006.
I think that the musical comedy is just a time-tested tradition within the genre, and I that makes perfect sense to me. That's a great theory. I back that. I support.
I'm working on it.
How I Met Your Mother has a song in it.
How I Met Your Mother has several. Murder Train. How I Met Your Mother has Barney's Suits song. Dare We Go On.
They do have
Dare We Go On.
Okay.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is in an episode, and he raps in his episode.
All right,
How dare you, sir?
I fucked up. I'm sorry.
How dare you? Yeah, you fucked up. You own up. This is a TV crime, and you're guilty.
It does not stand up, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was really worried about that.
Barney is just the most cringeworthy character on the face of the
I used to love that show so much, and I don't want to go back.
Don't get me wrong, it's still good. It's still good, but there's a lot of moments where you're just oh God, just get through it.
There's a lot of moments where you're like, is Barney a rapist?
Is he a serial?
Yes.
He's constantly manipulating people into sleeping with him. Boy, 2004 was a different time. Can you imagine? 2004 was so different. Whereas, and not every show aged that terribly. I find that Scrubs generally aged pretty well. As far as these things,
just
there are parts that did not
didn't age well.
The Office, people argue that The Office is unwatchable now, and I don't see that because it seems like every faux pas they go into is specifically to make someone look like an absolute asshole.
Well, it's
it's never let's make a joke at gay people's expense and everyone be in on it. It's always one person says a thing and the rest of the room's like, you can't say that.
It's one of those things where it's The Office was peak cringe comedy. It was intentionally even for its time they were saying stuff that wasn't okay. But it's one of those things where it's functionally the way it's changed now is we've come to understand currently that when you make a joke
that is fucked up, to not playing it as like, this is funny, but the part that's funny is people being like, oh my god, that's so messed up. It's not saying directly that it's okay, but what it's doing is that it's implying that it's laughable and it's something that we can just laugh off when we've entered a period where it's like we need to actively dismantle these things.
Yeah,
so it really rides a really interesting line. And The Office is one that, like, foundationally and, like, by definition, walks that line really hard. So there are parts where
it lives on that line. The Office lives on that line.
That's what its purpose is.
Yeah,
that's entirely what its purpose is.
Yeah,
Does it sort of reek of, you know, white privilege? A tiny bit, but at the same time, like, it launched Mindy Kaling's career, and she was a head writer, and her being a woman of color was a massive input onto why that show was successful in doing what it did. Because it wasn't just Chevy Chase being like, I'm going to be racist for less. Yeah, great.
Right.
End rant.
Yeah. It's a tricky topic, and we will keep bouncing off of this issue over and over again in discussion of this show, and it might vary, like, on a case by case basis. Generally, I think Community holds up to most scrutiny, but
there is. I have been a little hesitant. It's episode 25 of season 1 does use the T slur a whole bunch, and I'm not sure how comfortable I am really even, like, talking about that episode.
The
trans community with the
transfer
sashes.
dance.
The tranny dance. Which is like that term doesn't exist anymore. Like, we've put that term in the toilet. It cannot exist in contemporary society.
It's a violent slur. It's like it's the trans equivalent of the N-word. Like, I don't even say, like, being in the trans community, I don't even really say the T slur. Like, that's just like one of those things that you don't do. So, like, you know, and it was one of those things where I was on Facebook, and another trans activist performer I know was like, oh my god, I completely forgot that Community has this episode where they all have these sashes on. And I was like, fuck. You know, it was just one of those moments where you're like, damn it. And, you know, but at the same time, like, that was a hot bit in the 2000s. Like, everyone loved to make T-slur jokes.
Absolutely. I mean, it was the biggest joke in the world that, like, and it extends back to, like, there's this popular idea in music and in comedy of, like, oh, dude looks like a lady, like this it looks like a girl
is a mess.
But she's gonna trick you. A situation that has happened, let me count it, 0 times, where you've been bamboozled into having sex with a man when you didn't intend. 0 times.
It's not a thing. It's the trap narrative, and, like, people even consider trap in that context to be kind of slur-like. Like, it's not real. It's intensely dangerous for trans women, specifically, even more specifically trans women of color. Like, these are people that are getting murdered for existing because people think that they're being tricked, even though they're not. And it's because there's this whole perspective that everything is about them, and they think that they're entitled to these people's bodies and knowing these things. And it exists in the comedy world through the repeated, like, look, let's put a man in a dress, and it's funny. And I look at that and I go, there is nothing funny about that, but it's like a thing that we lean on, especially around this time in comedy. So it's one of those, am I surprised that it happened? No. Am I disappointed? Bet your sweet ass I am.
Sure, absolutely. And I think there's a lot of topics that, and we will broach this as this character evolves, but the Dean will prove to be an interesting topic of conversation as far as all of these. It's a true, and I'm bi, but that doesn't give me an authority over these sorts of things. So it is up for, we will have to discuss it as that character sort of grows and changes and advances, of, like, where on the line does the Dean live? Because objectively he is funny, but is he also offensive? Is, like, where do we live in this space? I think, and I've been thinking about it since this show started. I'm like,
there's the line when we first introduced to Vaughn where it's a background line, and if you're not paying attention, you miss it. It's Britta going, wow, I had no idea that that's what asexual meant. And it's like one of those things where I find that line to be ultimately actually very funny,
Yeah,
because,
for sure.
Because
it's Britta.
It's Britta. But also, like, as someone, like, I mean, even, like, from a meta perspective, the asexual community is one that is, there's a lot that is still being discovered in the asexual community. When you talk about, like, queer theory stuff, asexuality is always, like, touched on, but nobody really dives into it because the research hasn't really been done yet. So the idea of people just not knowing what an asexual is funny to me, simply because I look at it through a very specific lens, you know. So, but it's one of those interesting things. It's like accidental non-binary representation in, like, The Good Place when Janet goes, "Not a girl," like, hilarious.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah, it's all very fascinating. Obviously, we're very excited to talk about this episode of Community, which is why I think it's a funny episode of the show. There's not a lot of meat to pick apart off of these bones. It's pretty sparse. It's very funny. Vaughn is funny.
Development with Troy and Annie and, like, that kind of relationship, you know, and that's kind of a fun little.
I hate you. I love you. I want to have your babies.
Yeah.
We are not far off from this show abandoning that plot line entirely. Spoilers, I guess, if you're really invested in Troy and Annie.
Yeah, except for one return later this season.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
kind of excited about that, though. There is some. I mean, of course, we have the fucking, you know, Britta and Jeff narrative, which is, you know, you have to have the romantic interest narrative.
For sure.
Whatever. Right. But, like, for me to introduce, because it's so common for it to be like, well, there's the couple that might be, and then there's the couple that is, and then there's the other couple that might be. Like, that's a common theme in a lot of comedies. If you look even in Shakespearean terms, like, comedies end in a wedding, like a mass wedding. Like, it's a trope.
For sure.
So for them to be able to go, hey, there's these two characters that one of them has a huge crush on them, and they just, like, don't give it to you. I love that. I love that.
And talk about people dressing up as genders they don't identify as, and looking at William fucking Shakespeare, who thought nothing was funnier in the entire world than someone dressing up like a lady. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Well, but then at times it was, but then at times it wasn't. Like, that was common practice even in his most dramatic pieces. Like,
that's true.
To be able to be a man that played a woman's role was a prestigious part of the troupe, you know. So it's the thing that was great about it. I mean, it's still like the whole man in a dress thing, but the thing about it that was funny was the man in a dress was doing funny things. It wasn't just there's a guy in a dress, because that was commonplace on the stage, you know. It's a fine line. A lot of time has passed. I can't really give Billy Shakes a little pat on the wrist. He's not here to get, you know.
Is Shakespeare canceled? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. He's not on Twitter.
Oh, no.
I can't drag him, so
he'll never work again. Yeah, I mean, we are the character of Annie takes off in literally the next episode that we're going to cover next week, when she is finally like, we can take the Troy of it away, and she gets to expand into her own character.
Right.
Britta is going to take a little bit longer, but the same thing. Once we really pump away from the Jeff and Britta dynamic is when that character can really, like, shoot off and do her own thing.
And I think that's an exciting thing. I mean, I am biased. Like I said, I like it when the heterosexual couple doesn't actually end up together. Sure. But it really does do some pretty exciting stuff for what they get to do with the show with this, just by being like, okay, this isn't going to happen. Cool. Yeah. And then, cool. It's exciting also, because it's trope-defying.
The more we talk about, like, archetypes and, like, representation in this show, because it's going to continue, as we've mentioned several times this episode, I'm always reminded by the fact that, like, kind of everybody in this show is a blatant stereotype that tries to play it down every episode. So that again, like, going back to The Office and how it justifies as lewd or inappropriate comedy by framing it against people who are far less lewd and inappropriate, I think this show does a good job of letting stereotypes come out for an episode just for other people to back them down, and then their stereotypes come out the next episode so that another character can back it down. And, like, even one of the first times where I was like, oh God, with the Dean, is that episode where they're going through like horror stories. We've far jumped forward.
For sure.
And I remember thinking that and being like, ugh, God, they're leaning on it. And then the next episode is Advanced Gay, which is Pierce and the Hawthorne Wipes episode. And like, there's so many different... It's weird. It's hard to like wrestle with because you see one and you're like, they made Shirley a gossipy housewife.
Right.
They also let these stereotypes play off of each other, like Pierce being kind of like a crotchety old, offensive old man, calling Britta a lesbian all the time. And then
and Jeff gay all the time.
And Jeff,
exactly.
It's like really stuff, and so they play with that, and then Britta being like the feminist stuff, the way that they kind of subvert the trope of all feminists are lesbians, and then at the same time, simultaneously create this beautifully, just like wonderfully great, wholesome relationship between Troy and Abed, where even if you were to call them gay to their face, it doesn't even bother them. It's really exciting.
They're just jealous.
Yeah, they're just jealous. They're just jealous. It's exciting. I mean, stereotypes are stereotypes, but it's exciting to see the way that they are able to use them to subvert stereotypes.
Yep.
Yeah. With the only exception that I can think of being Chang, every one of the Community main cast is a very definable stereotype that we've seen 100 times before. And these characters actually do become like
breaks away from it pretty quickly.
Troy breaks away from his original one and just becomes generic dumb guy as his default stereotype. But each of these characters are actually really round and well-defined eventually, but when it's like a Jeff and Annie episode, the supporting cast will fall back on those old stereotypes just as like a nice baseline, and then when it's each of their time to shine, they can go be deep characters.
I just keep hearing in the back of my head, well, I may be stupid, but I'm not trying to look like I'm not.
Well, I may be stupid, but I'm not a lesbian. Exactly.
And then she's like, what?
That makes no sense. I'll make your ass sense.
Oh, Yvette Nicole Brown kind of gets the shortest end of the stick of all of the main cast, but she has some fucking line deliveries on this show that are incredible.
It's she's like, there was the relationship drama going between two of the characters. And she's like, oh man, I walked with the wrong couple today. I should have followed y'all.
Jeff and Britta are dead air.
Yeah, I love her. She actually is such a wholesome and exciting note that sews together. She doesn't get a lot of that attention as some of these other characters do, but I'm certainly thankful for her.
She can kill the material that she's given every single time.
Spot on. She really does a great job.
All right, so I have...
go ahead. Yeah.
All you.
I want to point out my favorite line from this episode, which is when Britta turns off the Jeffersons. And Jeff goes, hey, what are you doing? That was the Jeffersons, honky.
Yeah.
Think about how much happier the Jeffersons were than that family on Good Times. Yeah, but they had good times. Jeff and Abed are living that quarantine life long before the rest of us were.
Yes, they are.
11 years. In the last 2 days, I've spent a quarter.
TV's the best dad there is.
TV never abused and insulted you, unless you count Cop Rock.
It was Cop Rock.
So good. So good.
What is Cop Rock? Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, doesn't it? Oh, Cop Rock is a... Are you two familiar with Cop Rock?
I'm not, actually.
I am not.
Okay, so brief history of Cop Rock. It's a one-season television show that wanted to be a down-the-middle cop drama. The exception being, at least twice per episode, they broke out into song. My favorite song...
The cover of this show is the most...
Yeah, my favorite song from the history of Cop Rock is called Baby Merchant, where a guy who will get you a baby sings about how he'll get you a baby with all the service, no damn fuss. I'm just going to go ahead, listening audience, come back after this. I'm going to insert the whole song Baby Merchant into this podcast in 3, 2, 1. Bam.
When you're shopping for a dream come true, a little package in a pink or blue. All depends on who you're talking to. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause you know I got the goods for you. Yeah. The city gives you such a run around. Those pencil pushers only put you down. And lawyers ain't the only game in town. That's a migraine and a hat I won't put you through. I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I always got a good supply at hand. Deliver anything that you demand. A piece of heaven for 11 grand. That's a small price to pay for a toddler today. It ain't a question of morality. I'm not concerned with any trumped up illegality. We're just one big happy family. It's a pleasure doing business the American way. I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you. Picture yourself in your house with a new son or daughter. No one at all has to know that the parents who brought her up bought her from the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. You give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby. I'll have your baby for you. I'll have your baby for you.
All right, you're welcome, audience, for that little jaunt down TV history lane. There is an excellent article written by Nathan Rabin for his column My World of Flops about Cop Rock. I recommend everybody go read it. But it's a truly terrible piece of TV that I love very deeply.
From 1990, from ABC.
From ABC.
It has 53% on Rotten Tomatoes and 4.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's not a well-loved program.
That's fantastic.
So I have here opened up the great Word document, the great community rankings, where we rank both the end tags and the episodes themselves. So let's begin with end tags. Our first end tag is the Batman chat. I want to put Batman chat above Dr. Doogie Seacrest, which is our number 2, and here is why. It is for Donald Glover's delivery of, "There's a little gingerbread man behind the wheel, and he's drunk."
I also love that he goes, "You eat yourself? I wouldn't even think about it.
I wouldn't even question it. That's my greatest fear. Like one way I would wake up as a donut."
I'm glad someone else thinks about the same things I do. Yeah, I think I would put that above Dr. Doogie Seacrest because there's something it's exciting. You gotta get that, like there's this new level of their relationship yet again, just like Koppelgangers brought it up, and these guys just popped up once more.
Fuck Doppelgangers. I forget about them every time until they show up on screen, and I'm like, oh shit.
Doppelgangers.
Fucking ace. This is ace.
Yeah, that's some good shit. And that was all you, Caleb. I just edited that episode. That was all you. Are we in agreement? Our new number 2? Batman Chat, of course, beneath the Spanish rap, which will probably forever be number 1, but who knows, maybe.
Pepper Water's up there for me.
Pepper Water. Why would you put pepper in water?
Pepper Water.
And the other antagonists, Troy and Abed, are not in. It is Pierce and Jacques Slade, and Jacques Slade is doing a rap that Pierce wrote, which admittedly is very funny.
It's actually good.
He has a big breakfast with a glass of pee.
Do we know if Donald Glover wrote that?
No, that was Dan Harmon and somebody else did the lyrics. And then that guy does a series of rap songs throughout the show. So he does the You Cannot Kill Chang song. He does it when in the pilot when the Dean accidentally hits the radio and it's like, I'm as hot as hell and you're about to get shot. That is him. That is just like they made a fake rap song because it was cheaper than licensing a real rap song.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So how do we fear?
So bad his butt's mad at his mouth.
Yeah, that line. I'm sorry. That's a fucking bar. Like that. That's
his
amazing.
butt's mad at his mouth. His breath must be really bad.
Holy shit! He came for that guy.
Oh, man. Okay, this is tough. Okay, now y'all might not like me for this one. I think that might be our new number 2. That rap tickles me quite a bit.
It's super good, dude.
It's good, but I would put that after Doppelgangers, but above Pencil Mouth.
Okay.
Maybe I'd put it above Doppelgangers.
I was gonna say I would put it below Doogie Seacrest. Dr. Doogie Seacrest.
Dr. Doogie Seacrest. I can agree to those terms. Okay.
Put it in the 4th spot.
Poop rap.
Pierce poop rap.
Pierce poop rap. That's my new theater warm up. Pierce poop rap. Pierce,
oh my god! I thought you were gonna say you were gonna audition for musicals with the Pierce poop rap.
Okay, but yes, actually, I'm going to go to musical auditions and sing "Pierce, You're a Bee." It'll be really good. Those songs are fucking catchy, dude. Those songs are fucking.
I've been singing that all fucking week, man. Pierce, 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 Pierce is a bee.
I guess that's what happens when fucking Ludwig Göransson does all your music. It's really good.
It's also so exciting that both of those songs are like so ska. Like
they're so very
funny.
ska, and they both refer to someone as a bee, not a bitch. It's infinitely funnier that Britta and Pierce are both bees.
And the fact the dude comes out and raps in like a bad patois.
His body made of wrinkles and folds, stupid and ugly. He smelled like a fart. Got poo-poo in his pants and poo-poo in my heart. All right. We must rank the episodes. So first, introduction to statistics. The first Halloween episode. Community does holidays very well, generally.
Very well.
You can always count on a Halloween or a Christmas episode to be a fucking banger.
I'm gonna hit you with a hot take and say this is a new number 3 spot for me.
New number 3, above the pilot, below introduction to film.
That's where I think that one goes. Yeah.
Yo, okay. The rap in Pierce's song in Vaughn's song about Pierce is also very good.
It's also very good.
The boy are Tom Arnold and we are Roseanne. That's why we divorced him straight from the band. Like, fuck, dude. It's so good. Oh, man. It's
shit. Shit. Okay. Introduction to statistics.
I say 3,
Caleb,
but,
where do you feel?
It's a Halloween episode, man. It's got to go above pilot. But it's not better than Abed making a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I can agree to these terms. S1, E7, Introduction to Statistics. Our new number 3 in between the pilot and introduction to film. The next is Home Economics. Home Economics.
I think season 1, episode 8 goes in the 8th spot.
I would agree
You think
with
it's
that.
the worstest one so far? Wow.
Not
Okay.
the worstest one, just the... It's not
the worst
of the season.
of
It's
the
just-
8. No, it's not the...
I don't know. It's either 7 or 8 for me. It could be slightly better than Spanish 101 simply for the raps.
Yeah, I cannot put the episode that includes these 2 songs by Vaughn and this post-credits rap beneath
You're right.
the current slate of programming. I am willing to put it at number 7, which is lower than where I would put it, but
Well,
I cannot...
didn't think about all the songs in this one. I was more thinking about what takes place, and that's pretty low-key.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
the Jeff
But
and
we
Abed
also,
thing,
to
it's
be fair,
fine.
We put football feminism in you at the top strictly because of Donald Glover's prime line deliveries.
Some
so,
fucking prime shit.
So, there's give and take.
Okay, because
What
for
about
me...
between 5 and 6?
5 and 6. That is, I'm willing to hear it. I would maybe even go
What do you
one
want?
up.
One up?
I would say the new number 5 in between pilot and advanced criminal law.
What happens in advanced criminal law again, though?
That's the pool trial.
That's Britta on trial, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's Britta on
I
trial.
would
That's
put it-
Abed as an alien.
I would put it below advanced criminal law. I think that one has 2 really solid plot lines, and the raps do make it real good, but I don't think it takes it above advanced criminal law.
Advanced criminal law is just such a slam dunkin'.
Yeah.
Ah!
Did you seriously just...
Yes, I did.
All right.
I did, and you
All
agreed
right.
with it before you realized it.
Yeah, I
It's
sure
canon
did.
Now. It's canon now,
I sure
dude.
did. It sure is canon. God damn
For
it.
sure. All right, so yes, new number 6 beneath advanced criminal law, but above
just
social
happened.
psychology. The two Vaughn episodes are kissing. They're right next to each other. They're kissing.
I'm excited that there's actual, we're getting to the point of seeing enough episodes where we actually have a bit of discourse as to where these episodes
Yeah.
rank. We're
There
starting,
is some debate.
First 6 wasn't going to be a
starting to
conversation.
debate a little bit.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Oh yeah, and get ready for next week when we have a new number 1.
Wait, what's next week? I don't remember.
Next week we have the debate episode, and we have the first Chang episode as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that debate episode is some fucking really good shit. It's the first, A-grade episode in this show. The first one that I'm solid gold fucking stamp on Debate 109, but that is a topic for next week.
Yeah.
For now, we have an end tag of our own, wherein we talk about the shit we're making and where you can check us out. First, you can follow this whole show on Twitter at Greendale3. I would like to shout out to all the fucking community fans and fellow shows and accounts that we've been talking to the last couple weeks in a time that I think even those of us that are well off are having kind of a rough one.
Yep.
Talking to these
As
fucking
Ellen
community
DeGeneres made
nerds
clear.
online. Yeah, talking to these community nerds online has truly been a joy for me. And it's something...
What?
Oh, Ellen
What?
made a joke about how she was despairing in her mansion.
Yeah, Ellen,
People were
she's having
"Bro,
such a
chill."
rough one.
Yeah.
Poor Ellen in her palatial mansion, locked in it with Portia de Rossi. I mean, what are they gonna do all day? What are Ellen and Portia de Rossi even gonna think of being able to do when they live in fucking Versailles? It's...
For what it's worth, I'll give her the credit that she was making a joke. But
Yeah, I
that joke
get it.
didn't land. Everyone was like, "Nah, dude."
I got a sense she was starting to lose a little touch of where she can walk that line when she what was the name of her last special?
Oh, I can't remember. I just remember it having a 5-minute bit about people that pronounce library as library, which is children. She's just talking about children. You know that very relatable problem we all have where people mispronounce library? Ellen, you're on the fucking button
Really?
once again.
Right there, right on the pulse. No, I just
Speaking
remember
truth to
hearing.
power.
Yeah, I remember seeing the name of the special, and it was something like, "It's so hard to be me," and I was like, I get you're being ironic, but like, no.
But also, you're too rich for this. Shut the fuck
You're
up.
too rich. Like, we're not gonna even like humor you with false sympathy at this point.
I'm looking. Oh, okay. It was relatable. It was called. Her special was called Relatable.
Yeah. Well,
I want to talk about that title the way Abed acts like he's being sarcastic. So much easier to tell what I'm doing so hard.
Oh, sarcasm is so interesting. But anyway, that Twitter account is it is at Greendale3 if you want to follow the three of us. I can also give the two of you access to that if you would like.
Oh my goodness.
I just haven't. Great. Me personally, at TV's Kevin Lanigan on all the shit. Mostly, I am just tweeting about Persona 5 and what projects I'm currently working on. Puffin Publishing Podcast is my improv comedy show. Jan Jive Action Nerds is my tabletop RPG show. And I, God willin' and the crick don't rise, I'll be publishing another Cola Wars short story about the bloody conflict between Coke and Pepsi here later this month. And the place to find that is tvskevin.substack.com. And hey, if you have $1 a month, patreon.com/tvskevin. There you go.
Do it.
Do it.
No, do it now.
Do it
Do it
now.
now. It's not a tumor.
You can follow me on all sorts of social media at JACENZIEV. That is Jason Ziv. I've been doing this thing. I don't really have a whole lot of stuff to be planning. I talked about my show in the first episode. Not a whole lot has developed for mainstream discourse. But I've been doing this. I know, right? It's I'm being all secretive. Ooh, hashtag vague book. But I've been doing this kind of fun shout out of other people and things that I think are really exciting and worth following. So I'm going to give a shout out to ringofkeys.org. They are an arts advocacy organization that promotes the hiring of queer women and TGNC musical theater artists on stage and off. I am a member of Ring of Keys, as well as a bunch of other artists I know that are involved with the show that I'm doing, as well as other projects that I'm close by to and know people involved with. They are absolutely fantastic. They're really doing the work for these kind of people in this art form. And if you like, speaking of musical numbers, if you like musicals, check out Ring of Keys.org if you want to queer up that canon a little bit. That's my plug, and I'm sticking with it. Pew, 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 pew.
I feel like there's a universe that exists where a character on Community could be asked what they're doing, and their answer could be queering up my canon.
Like that. That would be me. I would be that character.
If Community Season 7 existed and they went through like another cast change, there might be a character that would fit that bill.
It would be me. I would force them to cast me, and I would cause them intense problems with their agent, with everything going on. No. I almost said intense problem with HR, which is definitely not what would happen.
No, probably not.
Absolutely not.
Never. We could never say that.
Never.
You can find me everywhere. It's important at LubWub. I write about games, podcast about games, and play games. So you can find all that stuff at nerdybits.com or on twitch.tv/nerdybitstv. Because we are streaming Stardew Valley right now because I made I made the mistake of putting that game off for nearly 5 years and decided to play it with friends now that it's co-op, and I didn't realize it was the full campaign, just co-op. And like we're fighting over lovers, and it's incredible. I decided in my head I was going to date one specific townsperson, and then I went back to the game the next day, and they played longer than me, and someone else started courting her, and I was like, "You rat son of a bitch!"
Is it Emily? I think I romanced Emily.
No, I was gonna go after Leah because she's an artist and she forages for plants in the forest, and that's just
yeah. Leah's cool. But Leah's cool. I went for the blue-haired bartender. That was my strat. Yeah, that was my pro strat.
I wrote, and the game asks you what your favorite thing is when you start, and I typed books because I'm a fucking nerd. And the first townsperson I interacted with was like, "I just love books." So I'm trying to date Penny now because that's just how it has to be.
That's exceptional. Stardew Valley has this great feature where it asks you for like one great thing at the beginning of the game and you don't know the context of what you're putting in. So I put Lost on DVD, and now every time I get like a health upgrade, it's like, it makes you feel like Lost on DVD.
That's hysterical.
That's incredible.
Stardew Valley is a good game. If y'all are looking to kill a few months, I would recommend Stardew Valley.
It is Harvest Moon, but better.
So we'll be back next week with a debate episode and a Chang episode. But until then, we have been the Greendale 3. Pop, pop!
Pop, pop!
Damn it, bow, damn it, bow, damn it, boo, damn it, boo, damn it, boo, damn it, boo. That's all I got today.
You know what? That's all right. That's all right.
I just want to ask Piers, maybe grab a pencil, take some notes. I'm about to drop knowledge. Piers, I don't need you in my band. I don't need your heart or your hand. Oh, I don't need you in my life. All you do is cause me such strife. I am my own person. I am my own person. And Pierce, you're a bee. Yeah, you heard me say it. Yes, sir. Pierce, you're a bee.
This is song for Pierce, cause he's so old. His body made of wrinkles and folds. Stupid and ugly, he smell like a fart. And poo-poo in his pants and poo-poo in my heart. Come selector, bring him down. When him on the stage, him dressed like a clown. The boy a time on, oh then we are Roseanne. That's why we divorced him straight from the band. Yes!
Pierce, I just want you to know I'm hip to your tricks and you're not my bro. You can lie, just wait and see. The things you did, they just set me free. I am my own person. Do you know what that means? I am my own person. And what are you? And Pierce, you're a bee. Oh, buddy. Pierce, you're a bee. Pierce, 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 you're a bee.